Everything is available basically for free. You can learn anything you want for free. It is not a question of learning. When you've got like a lot of really smart people working super hard to minimize the probability of failure, it's still there, and it's quite significant. And people have asked me like, well, why are rockets especially hard? And the part of it is like everything has to work the first time. Like you can't do a recall, you can't patch it. It's like 9 minutes to orbit or it's over. And then you can never test the rocket completely in the environment that it's actually going to experience. You can't fully recreate something that's moving super fast in a vacuum on the surface of Earth. Like you can only really recreate that in space. When we started SpaceX and Tesla, I really thought the probability of success was very low. It wasn't like I think, oh, we'll definitely be successful. I thought we'd be like maybe 10% likely. And we came very close to both companies not succeeding. In 2008, we'd had 3 failures of the SpaceX rocket, so we were 0 for 3. We had the crazy financial recession, like the Great Recession. The Tesla financing round had fallen apart because it's pretty hard to raise money for a startup car company if GM and Chrysler are going bankrupt. And unfortunately, at the end of 2008, the 4th launch, that was the last launch we had money for, worked for SpaceX, and then we closed the Tesla financing round, as you know, Christmas Eve 2008, last hour of the last day that it was possible.
One of the biggest things that's going to happen when you're trying to become successful is you going against the odds. So many people are going to tell you what to do, how to do it, but you need to make sure that you rise up against them and show them that they're wrong, because you're doing your own path of success and you're going to achieve the success that they never thought possible. And you're going to show them what you're capable of, because you have the mental toughness, you have the mental capacity, and you have the ability to go out there and achieve whatever you want to achieve. Because at the end of the day, that's who it's all about. The only person you have to take care of on this earth is you. So you shouldn't care about what other people are telling you need to do and what you should do, but only what you know is the best option for you, and figure out how you can go out there and achieve the smoothest, most efficient pathway to success. Now, it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be challenging and it's going to be hard, and you're going to have to grow up and mature and learn things that you never thought you would have to learn. But that's what it's all about, is becoming better, learning from your life experiences and transferring that into your life, and growing and learning. This is one of the crucial things that you can do. You should always be trying to learn something new every single day to better yourself and your life and your pathway to success, because you want to learn as much information and gain as much intel on anything that you possibly can, because you never know what or who is going to help you along your journey of life.
If we don't improve our pace of progress, I'm definitely, going to be dead before we go to Mars. So I'm just would like to not be dead by the time we go to Mars. That's my aspiration here. So if it's taking us 18 years just to get ready to do the first people to orbit, we better improve our rate of innovation, or, based on past trends, I am definitely going to be dead before Mars. So we're going to improve our pace of innovation a lot. To the point of the question that was just asked, I'm going to make sure Tesla recruiting does not have anything that requires university, because that's absurd. But there is a requirement of evidence of exceptional ability. Like, you just can't, if you're trying to do something exceptional, they must have evidence of exceptional ability. I don't consider going to college evidence of exceptional ability. In fact, ideally, you dropped out and did something. Obviously, look at Gates is a pretty smart guy, he dropped out. Jobs, pretty smart, he dropped out. Larry Ellison, smart guy, he dropped out. Obviously not needed. The 5 things that I thought about at the time in college, so quite a long time ago, 25 years ago, making life multiplanetary, accelerating the transition to sustainable energy, the internet, broadly speaking, and then genetics and AI. I think I didn't expect to be involved in all of those things. I actually, at the time in college, I sort of thought helping with electrification of cars was how I would start out, and that's actually what I worked on as an intern, was advanced ultracapacitors to see if they would be a breakthrough relative to batteries for energy storage in cars. And then when I came out to go to Stanford, that's what I was going to be doing my grad studies on, was working on advanced energy storage technologies for electric cars. There does seem to be like a time for particular technologies when they're at a steep point in the inflection curve, and I didn't want to do a PhD at Stanford and watch it all happen, and I wasn't entirely certain that technology I'd be working on would actually succeed. Like, you can get a doctorate on many things that ultimately do not have a practical bearing on the world. And I really was just trying to be useful. That's the optimization. It's like, what can I do that would actually be useful? First of all, I really need to give some thought to like how can I provide advice that would be most helpful, and I'm not sure I've given enough thought to give you the best possible answer. But I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else, and just being really rigorous in making that assessment, because people tend to a natural human tendency is wishful thinking. So challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in your ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream that doesn't actually have merit? That is a really difficult thing to tell you. Can you tell the difference between those two things? So you need to be sort of very rigorous in your self-analysis. I think certainly extremely tenacious, and then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. All those things improve the odds of success. If other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the